The Heian civilization was a civilization that ran from the year 794 to the year 1185. Political. On paper, the civilization was run by the Imperial House of Japan. However, it was actually run by the Fujiwara clan. The civilization had a provincial government, which means that the federal government shared powers with the governments of the different provinces throughout the vast empire. The civilization had emperors, and officials were chosen off hereditary rank. There was a rise in the military class, and unlike many other Japanese empires, the shogun had less power than before. Religion. Throughout the Heian civilization, Buddhism was a major religion. Because of their already high rank in society, aristocrats often became monks. It was also very natural to mix religion and politics. One example of this is the Fujiwara Regency was also served as a temple for the Fujiwara family and very high-ranking government officials. Taoism was also a major part of the Heian civilization. The popular yin-yang symbol derived from the religion of Taoism. Esoteric Buddhism was very small in the Heian civilization but played a big role. Esoteric Buddhism has a literal translation in Japan to secret teachings. Esoteric Buddhism embraced the richness and ritual and symbolism of the nation of Japan. Another major religion during the Heian civilization is kami worship, also known as Shinto. The Shinto religion coexisted with Buddhism during the Heian civilization. Shinto is an optimistic faith. Shinto people believe that humans are fundamentally and naturally born good people, and that evil people are brought by evil spirits. Many Shinto rituals are to keep away the evil spirits by purification, prayers, and other offerings to the kami, which is the god of the Shinto religion. Modern day Shinto focuses on practices to reconnect today's Japan to its vast and ancient history. Modern day Buddhism is now one of the world's fourth largest religions, carrying over 520 million followers. Society. During the Heian civilization, literature played a major role in society. There was many novels and essays written, as well as many haikus and famous poems. One famous poem written during the Heian civilization is the Uhura. The Uhura was written for a founder of the esoteric Buddhism religion, which was a major religion during the Heian civilization. The Japanese national anthem was written during the Heian civilization. There was also widespread poverty. As I mentioned before, the poverty was caused by government-controlled rice fields, a discipline of money, and limited outside trade because robbers preyed on travelers coming into the empire. In the Heian civilization, the emperor was just a figurehead, not playing a real role in the politics of the civilization. Tasks were often paid for in objects, such as rice and other crops and other services sometimes. There was rural branches of temples throughout the empire, which was a place to practice Buddhism, which was a major religion in the Heian civilization. Ideas and technology. Throughout the Heian civilization, there was widespread peace. Although the Japanese word Heian has a literal English translation to peace. Although poverty struck many in the empire, there was very little fighting. One reason for the very little fighting was that the shogun had less power than in empires before. The shogun was responsible for many fighting and battles inside and outside of the empire. Another idea from the Heian civilization is beauty. In the Heian civilization, beauty symbolized wealth and power, and this trait continued for many other empires. Some beauty traits that symbolized wealth and power were powdered faces, blackened teeth, a faint mustache, and sometimes a thin goatee. There was also a boom in literature and the arts during the Heian civilization. The aristocrats from the Heian civilization considered poetry, music, and the other arts to be some of the most important human accomplishments. And oftentimes, men gained favor at court for more of their abilities in the arts than for their bureaucratic skills. So were arts and architecture. Esoteric Buddhism brought many paintings to the Heian civilization during the 9th century. Also, architectural design was used to design the hundreds of Buddhist temples, Shinto shrines, and of course, the one and only Fujiwara Regency. One major architectural feat is the Fujiwara Regency. The Fujiwara Regency is a massive estate built for the Fujiwara family, one of the leading government families in the Heian civilization. The Fujiwara Regency was built during the early Heian period, when the capital of the Heian civilization moved to modern-day Kyoto. Moving the capital of the Heian civilization to modern-day Kyoto was a good move for a couple reasons. 1. Modern-day Kyoto sits on the Kamo River. The Kamo River is easily navigable to reach the Pacific Ocean, which is very good for trading for the Heian civilization. Also, Kyoto is easily accessible by land routes from the other provinces of the Heian civilization, more east of modern-day Kyoto. Fun facts about the Heian civilization. In the year 819, Mount Koya was established. Mount Koya is one of the most spiritual places in Japan, being home to over 100 Buddhist temples. Mount Koya is still running today, and people can go and visit. The temples and monasteries on Mount Koya still operate, and visitors are invited each and every day to watch the Buddhist prayers and rituals. Mount Koya is one of the few Buddhist temples in Japan where visitors are allowed and invited to stay the night. Because of many cultural developments and widespread peace, the Heian civilization is also known as the Golden Age of Japan. The world's first novel was written during the Heian civilization, although the exact date is unknown, and the original manuscript of the novel is lost. Experts believe that the Tale of Ganji was written sometime during the 11th century. This novel is so important because it was the first novel ever written, and it gained a lot of popularity. Even the emperor of the Heian civilization during the 11th century read the Tale of Ganji, which made it even more popular throughout the world. Before modern-day Kyoto, the capital of Japan was a city named Nara. Nara was a bustling city until the year 784, when the capital transferred to modern-day Kyoto. When the capital moved, the Nara period ended, and that marked the start of the Heian civilization.